señor Urquijo.
Sí, sí.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have charges from July 25th of last year, charging you with domestic violence threats and intimidation and domestic violence disorderly conduct.
Muy bien, aquí tengo cargos para usted con fecha del 25 de julio del año pasado, y se tratan de violencia doméstica con amenazas e intimidación y también con desorden público.
I am going to appoint the city public defender to represent you.
Voy a asignar a la Defensoría de Oficio Municipal para representarlo.
Order you not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not to commit any acts of domestic violence.
Que usted no consuma nada de alcohol, ni droga ilícita, ni tampoco que cometa actos de violencia doméstica.
And I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond since you're being held on other things. That way you can get credit for this case too.
Muy bien, entonces voy a imponer una fianza de $500 como lo tienen detenido debido a otros asuntos, y entonces así de esa manera a usted se le acreditan los días en la cárcel.
And we'll review this case in city court on February 26th at 1:30.
Y muy bien, vamos a revisar este caso el día 26 de febrero a la 1:30 de la tarde en el Tribunal Municipal.
Okay? And your city, all right, your city public defender will be out to see you.
Muy bien, y el defensor de oficio municipal va a salir a la cárcel para hablar con usted.
Okay, that's it, sir.
Muy bien, ya todos, señor.
And the interpreter will be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then, Your Honor, Lapad is still in isolation right now, so he's not able to come down yet.
Okay, we'll continue him again. Thanks.
Good evening, Judge.
Evening, counsel.
I guess we're back to misdemeanors again, so
Yeah.
can I connect to that?
Yeah,
Right.
just like 3 of them, but
I'll be quick, Judge, I promise.
what's your name?
Adrian Duran.
All right, Mr. Duran, you got new charges of driving on a suspended license and speeding, and then those are in justice court. So I'm going to order you don't drive without a valid license, and you need to come back to justice court on March 18th at 8:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have city court driving on a suspended license and criminal speeding. And on that one, when did I just set that one for? March 18th? Let me see if I set that for the same date and time. I think I might have. Just a sec. Yeah, no, okay, so March 18th at 8:30 is your justice court case, and March 18th at 2:00 is your city court case. So drive slowly downtown and go to both of your cases that day. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I will get a ride. I won't drive.
Okay, good idea. That's good. That's true. All right, you're released then.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
What's your name?
Adriana Velasco.
All right, you are charged with domestic violence, criminal trespass, and interference with judicial proceedings. And I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victims, not to return to their residences, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. I'm going to appoint Michael Vaughn to represent you and hold you on a $1,500 bond. And your next court date on these charges are going to be February 18th at 10:00 in South Tucson City Court. And that's
Thank
it, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, go out there, have a seat.
What's today's date?
The 16th of February.
Okay, at 10:00, he said.
Yeah, I'll give you a paperwork.
You want me in here?
No, have a seat out there with the females.
What's your name?
Caroline Lucas.
All right, you're charged with domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. I'm going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and you need to come back to city court on March 18th at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Then you're released.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah, thank you. They'll tell me if we do, but yeah. What's your name, sir?
Martin into Reiki.
You're charged with disorderly conduct with a weapon, a class 6 felony. Counsel, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond and the officers asked for a high bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, please, Judge. Mr. Reiki seems to have just one failure to appear in the last 2 years, but although I'll concede he was, I guess, incarcerated. It's a class 6 felony. I understand it's a dangerous offense, but Judge, he is still classified as level 4 non-violent. For those reasons, we are asking for release to pretrial, but if you're not inclined, a $2,000. Thank you.
Okay. I am going to, given the facts of the case and the allegations the officers made, I'm going to hold him on a $5,000 bond, appoint the public defender's office, no contact with the victims, no return to the incident location, no firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs, pretrial services if the bond is posted, and February 26th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. That's it.
Sorry, guys.
See you later.
And Your Honor, we'll waive reading of this one, this next one.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, sir, what's your name?
Benjamin Science Smith.
Counsel's waiving the reading of the charges, but the state is asking for a $25,000 bond. Did you want to be heard, counsel?
Yes, please, Judge. Mr. Science is only 19. We understand this is a serious offense. He seems to be 4 on 6 on both scales. I think pretrial services contacted his family. They reside in Ohio. Judge, if you're not inclined to release him, that is what we're asking, release to pretrial. But if you're not inclined, a $5,000 bond. Thank you. And
I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Sines. No contact with the victim, no matter what she wants, no return to her home or work. And that's immediately, no contact, no alcohol or illegal drugs.
if I can,
Yes.
sorry,
That's okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hold the defendant on a $10,000 bond released to pretrial services if posted, and then the preliminary hearing will be the 26th at 1:30 of February. And then we've got an animal case, a leash law case from July 18th of last year. Mr. Sines, you want to plead guilty to that leash law case, and then just I'll give you time served, and then you don't have to worry about that on this one.
do you want me to confirm, Judge, for a second?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Seems ridiculous to give him a public defender on that.
Yes, Judge, I want to plead guilty to the leash law.
Okay, and you're giving up your right to have a trial on that, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so that way you don't have to come back to city court, and I will send you time served on that one, and that will take care of that. All right, thanks, counsel, for explaining all that to him. I appreciate it. Okay.
That's it. Your attorney will come back to you. Okay.
Oh, I had a question.
Oh, yes, stop.
Did you give me a recommendation on Contreras? I don't have it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's got it.
The report, yeah, it took a little bit.
Okay.
And Judge, I might need your help on this one. I had tried to get some advice from Peter Goodman because of the new policy about steps hearings. Because, yeah, I mean, well,
the new policy about dragging the PHs out, or?
no, that like every case gets a steps hearing, even if they're very clearly not going to be eligible for the diversion program.
Oh,
I'm just supposed to send them all there.
really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it just happened this week. So, yeah, our instruction is just to send them, and Peter will be able to review them very quickly and determine whether or not they will be issued or not, or will be given diversion. But we're just supposed to send them all there. But in cases like Mr. Contreras, I mean, I will send it, but based on the information I put in my recommendation in the pretrial services report, he appears to be a person that should be held.
Right.
And so then at the same time, I'm asking to waive time for a PH. So it's a little bit tricky. And I texted Peter. I didn't get a response yet as to what I was supposed to do in this situation. And it doesn't help that probation, they have a different policy now for how soon the probation holds can get in. So that, I don't know.
All right. So I think that in the past, when I've held people that were step eligible, does that mean I have to read the step speech to every damn person now?
I think so. I don't know. But then again, parts of it kind of won't make sense because
Right.
it talks about police.
Okay. So when we've held people before, we haven't stretched out the PH. We've just left it on the 10. So that's what I'll do. I think that we could just do that because we don't know what's going to happen with that steps. Don't you agree, counsel? That we've done that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 10 days is just, and in case they're getting released, then we waive time. So that's not about right.
Yeah, because he'll have steps 225 and the PH 226. So I think that I think that's what we should do, especially with people that we don't think are really going to get stepped at the end of the day, right? So, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So are you Mr. Contreras?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You are charged with possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you may be eligible for a diversion program called STEPS. Are you interested in that? Having a diversion hearing, maybe getting your case of charges dismissed?
Yes.
Okay, so I will appoint the legal defender to represent you. order you not to have any no alcohol or illegal drugs. Counsel, do you want to be heard on the release conditions?
Yes, Judge. I understand Mr. Contreras is 6 on 6 on the FTA and CA scales, but the failure to appear warrants out of, I believe it's Cochise County. No, Sierra Vista is Cochise County. Yeah. Cochise County is, it looks like it's for unlawful flight. No, my apologies. It is for, I think it's for low-level offenses as well. I'm guessing drug-related. I want to be careful though. So if the court is willing to give Mr. Contreras one chance so he can go to Sierra Vista and take care of the justice court warrants as well as attend this court hearing and so we can extend the PH, that is something we would be asking. But if the court is concerned and wants to hold him on the Sierra Vista warrants, then we won't be extending the PH and we will be asking for an on every warrant case and the new
Okay. All right. It looks like he's on probation. Oh, he's on felony probation right now, right? For drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But of course,
In
not
Pima
here in
County.
person to file a hold because that's a really smart policy. All right. So I am going to hold the defendant on a $500 bond as recommended by the state. I will set the steps hearing on February 25th at 9 and the preliminary hearing on February 26th at 1:30. And that is it.
Did you see him in the Benson warrant?
No, they said we weren't seeing him on the Benson warrant for some reason.
Oh, it's non-extraditable. My apologies. That changes everything.
Okay.
Sit back at the next, right? Stolen.
500. The probation hold will come on Tuesday because
Yeah. All right. What's your name?
Liliana Dalton.
All right, Ms. Dalton, you are charged with possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And you, all right, Ms. Summers, tell me what you want to do with this one. You want to dismiss one of them? I wasn't paying attention. I thought there was probable cause for everything. No?
Yeah, so there appears to be I would call it a clerical error in that the dangerous drug charge, they listed it as the class 2 for sale. And there's nothing in here that indicates for sale. So I understand, I think procedurally, we're not in a position to amend that right now. So I think that it's appropriate to just dismiss that particular charge. And then what remains is a possession of narcotic drug, personal possession and drug paraphernalia, which would make her eligible to go to steps.
Okay, all right, we will do that. Thank you. All right, so Miss Dalton, you appear to be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in that program?
Yes.
All right, so I will appoint the public defender to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to you all. The STEPS hearing is on February 25th at 9 o'clock. How important is it that we set her for PH at the same time as her co-defendant? Do I need to do that even though she's out and we want to extend it for STEPS?
So in cases involving drugs and steps, and I believe that my clerk Jeff emailed with Rosa about this, they need to be separated out and not be considered co-defendants.
Okay.
And so we would ask that you do that and set her PH 45 days.
Okay. Can you calculate?
which is April 2nd, 2025. Judge.
April 2nd. Thank you. Okay. All right, we will set it for April 2nd at 1:30, but ma'am, you have to come back for your diversion hearing on February 25th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
All right, then you have one last thing. You have failure to appear on a shoplifting and a drug paraphernalia charge, and that's in city court. I'm going to order you not to go back to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and you got to come back to city court on March 25th at 9 o'clock, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, then you're released.
Down there with the big.
What's your name, sir?
Right, Eves.
Right, charged with felony shoplifting. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you, order you not to return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and you're going to be released to pretrial services. So you need to report to them and come back to court on March 10th at 1:30 for your preliminary hearing, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. What's your name?
I am.
All right, I've got a warrant for you from a case from December 15th of last year, dangerous drug paraphernalia failed to appear for your initial appearance. But the county attorney is willing to give you one more shot to report to pretrial services and be released. So I will appoint the public defender to represent you, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You have to report to pretrial services and come back to court for your arraignment February 24th at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest again, okay?
Well, no.
I don't think I'm sorry. Okay.
What if I need help getting your.
What's your name, sir?
Michael Wack.
You are charged with domestic violence, aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument, and counsel the state asking for a $25,000 bond in lieu of no bond hold.
I don't think the court can entertain any argument that it should be more, so I will defer to the court on that because Judge, I think you've given the 25,000.
Okay, that's true. If there should be a no bond, I'll let you guys agree to the 25,000. Otherwise, I'd have to do no bond. So I will appoint the public defender. No contact with Steve Wagoner. No return to his residence or work. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No firearms or other weapons. No acts of domestic violence. $25,000 bond. Pretrial services if posted, and February 26th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing.
Yes, if I got enough.
All right, you'll stay on for our two Aho people.
Sure, I believe that felonies, Jeff.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Hey, Luis Martinez.
All right, Mr. Martinez, you're charged with third-degree burglary. And I am going to order you not to return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender to represent you and release you to pretrial services. So you need to report to them and the public defender, probably on Tuesday, and then come back to court for your preliminary hearing, March 10th at 4 p.m., or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Counsel, did you want to give him any advice or anything since you're there? We have a public defender here, but he's at the other jail, sir.
Okay, sir. So the officer will give you the paperwork for court. Just make sure you go to that court date. And if anything changes, get a hold of your attorney to let them know, okay?
Okay,
You're being released.
thanks.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, and have a good night.
Your Honor, the other defendant, Valisto, he's on a transport to Tucson.
Oh,
So he's not currently in the facility.
okay. So we should set him for tomorrow morning. Will he be back or he'll be in Tucson by then?
No, he'll be in Tucson.
All right. What do we do, you guys? Just continue him till the morning and he'll get put on our calendar? All right. That sounds good. We'll continue him till the morning. All right. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just have a good evening.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Judge.
Low, when you're feeling low and you just don't know where to run to, bro. If your heart's been broke and you feel like you're all alone, if you need something to believe in, if you're looking for a light to guide you home, just look inside your light, shining brighter than you know. You should know I'm never gonna let you down, always gonna build you up. When you're feeling lost, I will always find you love. Never gonna walk away, always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I will be here. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here. Laugh, I will make you laugh. If you ever feel like crying, close, I will hold you close. You won't be alone anymore. If you need someone to believe in, if you're reaching for a hand to guide you home, just take my hand and I won't let you go. 'Cause you should know I'm never gonna let you down, always gonna build you up. When you're feeling lost, I will always find you love. Never gonna walk away, always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I will be here. I'll 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 be here. If you need something to believe in, if you feel you've reached the end of the road, don't be afraid, I'll always guide you home. You should know I'm never gonna let you down, always gonna build you up. When you're feeling lost, I will always find you, love. Never gonna walk away, always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I will be here. I'll 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 be here.
Past the place we think we're from and past the edge of the earth. Now we have come to call it back, and I've known this since my birth. That we are not from here. Visitors to this place, but we all go back home. Now intertwined and locked in time, and at times it takes the low. Because we've met ourselves before. Take me to this place. I wanna know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done, and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place.
Where we come from is where we go. Don't you fight with what you don't know. Give the song and it soon will flow. Water that seed and it will grow. On the journey to see that place. Take your mask off and see your face. Let it all go and then embrace. Cook it up now and get that taste. What you're seeking is inside you. Always one that was never true. What to follow and what to do. Sit and rest in the absolute. We will go there when we are called. Love is my deed, it will not fall. Like a mountain, we're standing tall. All in one in the one in all. Take me to this place. I wanna know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done, and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place. Now from the depths of the earth we crawl, to the place that we're from before our birth. From the depths of the earth we crawl, to the place that we're from before our birth. We send our song. Take me to this place. I wanna know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done, and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place.
Yeah, don't run away from it. Be who you are, don't run away from it. Be who you are, don't run away from it. Be who you are, don't run away from it. Be who you are.
many faces, who do I choose? Are you on the run? I'm running too. Isn't it crazy? Nothing to lose. It doesn't matter what you can't find. It doesn't matter if you're on time. It doesn't matter what you can't